After a month of proper martial exchange, Miao Yu showed no sign of causing trouble, and the Xianyang delegation eventually left Lui Academy, Mingyi Hall. What did old Master Shang say in his letter? Father said everything is fine in Xianyang, and he even has the leisure to urge De Huang for more story updates. De Huang, Father also mentioned in his letter that he's very curious about the progress between Louis and Steward Wei. Do you know how they're doing? Didn't they already couple in the wild? Fei Li, don't talk nonsense. As for them, I'd say pretty smooth, I guess? Father also said that Uncle Mo, who used to serve as the deputy mountain chief of Xianyang Academy, chose to return to the court after leaving the academy to assist Father in balancing Yongqing Marquis, so Father isn't under too much pressure. With old Master Shang being so prudent and having reliable allies, he's enough to counter Yongqing Marquis and hold on until Senior Qin returns. Looks like you can be at ease now, Shangli. Although Miao Yu's arrival once gave me a vague sense of bad omen, it seems I was just overthinking. Considering Zhou Yan's divination, I don't plan to descend the mountain to seek 9 Li stones for now. Instead, I'll focus on training within the academy. Though compared to absorbing a 9 Li stone, ordinary training may be far less effective, yet as the saying goes, drops of water pierce stone. Quantitative change can lead to qualitative change. During this time, I also learned the remaining 2 moves of Soldier's Body Dao. De Huang, the moves of your Soldier's Body Dao pack quite a punch. They even shook my cauldron body. Hey, Brother Wei, though I'm only at the 5th level of Earth Seal, underestimate me and you'll regret it. I didn't expect Teacher Shi Yuan to notice that the 6th stance, soldier form, fits perfectly with the blood energy burst of 9 Li Art Battle 3, and even pointed me to a possible cultivation path. So, when you burst your blood energy and simultaneously unleash soldier form, you can bind the raging blood energy within the soldier form, making it easier to impact the Earth Seal compared to a direct burst? Sounds like turning myself into a human alchemy furnace, refining my own blood energy? Pretty much train or not, up to you. Since there's a chance to break through Earth Seal by myself without external help, of course I won't give up. Moreover, this training has a perk. Once my soldier form can fully contain the burst of blood energy, I can train anytime, anywhere. Of course, in practice, it's nowhere near as simple as I imagined. Failed again, but at least there's progress. You lasted 1 second longer than before. Again. Time flew by. Before I knew it, autumn faded and winter arrived. Once I managed to have soldier form fully absorb the blood energy from 9 Li Art Battle 3, I no longer needed to hole up in Tongren Hall every day. I could walk around the academy while training. After all, now wherever I go, I'm training, just can't do it in front of Shangli. As for why that student suddenly burst blood energy just now, why did all the senior brothers act like nothing happened? Junior brother, you came late, so you don't know, his name is Qing, born with the 9 Li talent. This is his way of training. They say he almost splattered his blood all over the academy back then. Life in the academy may not be as thrilling as wandering down the mountain, but befriending students from various states is a delight in itself. Come on, let's keep the betting pool open. I bet Qing will burst blood today. Place your bets, hey, why aren't you guys moving? Senior Zhao, I hear you're skilled in divination, can you calculate this for me? Calculation like this? Never heard of it before, but teacher said no gambling, though, I really wanna try. You, surname Tian, stop leading Senior Zhao astray. Weiji Hall. Xianyang, on this trip to Qi, what did you observe? The king of Qi dotes on his new palace dancer and drove away Queen Jiru, who is the current king of Yan's sister, to seek justice for her. The king of Yan allied with Zhao and Wei, 3 states forming a coalition to strike Qi. Behind all this is clearly Yongqing Marquis' handiwork. His move weakens Qi while tying down Yan, Zhao, and Wei, fulfilling his promise to teacher. Xianyang, what do you think I should do next? I heard the patriarch of the Wei clan is gravely ill. Xianyang is willing to travel to Chu. I've already chosen someone else for Chu. You're only a step away from the 3rd level of Upper Earth Seal. Don't rush, steady your foundation. Oh, the year is almost over. Would you like to visit your homeland? So teacher already planted his piece in Chu and only now tells me. I hear Qing is cracking down on corruption. Several high officials have suddenly fallen. Likely there's more beneath the surface. Go and see for me. Understood. And teacher sending me to Qing, could it be? Father hasn't sent letters recently. Perhaps he's swamped with year-end affairs. But that's fine. I'll soon become a true scholar, then I'll ask teacher to let me descend the mountain and visit father in Xianyang. Truly worthy of being the young miss of the Shang family. In just 3 months, you've broken through the spirit lock pivot and are striking at Upper Earth Seal 3rd level. At times like this, one can't help but marvel. Modern communication technology is truly a blessing. Even in a high martial world, no one's invented a phone? Qing capital, Xianyang. The leader is Moming, who deceived the former grandmaster Qing into making him vice headmaster of Xianyang Academy. The other criminals are doctors who aided his evil. Rumor has it, during his tenure, he took massive bribes, selling academy admissions slots like market goods. Noble families who refused to pay were expelled, cutting off their children's advancement. These men are the academy's disgrace. Do they intend to stain our names forever? We're going to die anyway. Why care about reputation? Kill them, kill them. Give Qing's students justice. I wonder how history will judge us. Intriguing thought. Yongqing Marquis. What a rare guest indeed. Prime Minister, I know why you stopped my carriage, but purging corruption and executing bribed officials is the king's decree. I'm powerless. Marquis, you know whether Vice Headmaster Moming and the others are truly guilty. Even if I believe him, the evidence is conclusive. A retrial would yield the same verdict. Before the law, I can do nothing, but if Prime Minister insists on saving them, perhaps there is another way. Do tell, Marquis. Surely you've guessed my method already? I see very well. When the official in charge of the execution arrived at the execution ground, everyone was stunned to see not one but both prime ministers. What shocked them more, Yongqing Marquis, though higher ranked, was only assisting, while the presiding officer was Lord Shangxin himself. Today's execution is of utmost importance. Pass the order. No idlers may watch. Clear the grounds. That day, news spread through all Xianyang. Shangxin presided over the execution, sentencing the entire Qing faction to death. Outskirts of Xianyang. Should be safe here. Prime Minister, people already believe you've betrayed Qing to side with Yongqing Marquis. Now, by officiating the execution to save us, they'll think you've fully become his lackey. Targeting Qin Yin's faction, court will be harder for you from now on. As long as our hearts follow the same path, why need companions on court? Strictly speaking, I've always stood alone. You need not blame yourself. But you are a talent cherished by Lord Qin. You must not die here. Qin cannot shelter you for now. Go to another state, heal your wounds, regain your strength. Lord Mo, farewell. Prime Minister, your righteousness is a model for us all. May you survive the perilous court. I recall the classics left by past grandmasters Kong Qiu and Menke, who founded Confucian Tao. Though too idealistic for an age of strife, many lines still stay with me. The gentleman seeks harmony without uniformity. The master said, I nurture my righteous energy. Prime Minister. Dr. Minchi, what counsel do you bring? Prime Minister, I've long wanted to say. Go to hell, treacherous villain, betraying Lord Qin, selling out friends for glory. Lord Qin, Vice Headmaster Mo Ming, all colleagues, I've avenged you. I slay Shangxin in righteousness, heaven and earth can bear witness. Such is the Qi, matched with righteousness and Tao, nourished uprightly, it fills all between heaven and earth. The state of Qin is like a towering, splendid building, magnificent yet with beams eaten by rot. Years ago, Wei Yang reformed the laws to strengthen the nation, yet failed, dying with his clan erased. Did he regret it? From my personal view, Wei Yang had regrets, and none. He regretted not being able to remove the rotten beams, regretted not clearing the pests gnawing within the structure. Yet he felt no regret for leaving behind the words of a sage, inspiring future generations to inherit and improve the spirit of reform. Shangxin, You betrayed Xianyang, faithless and unrighteous. You sold out your friends for glory, despicable and shameless. But if one day Qing becomes as Lord Xianyang envisioned, where everyone is as a dragon, then what harm is there in me alone being faithless, unrighteous, and selling friends for glory? What truly is loyalty and righteousness? Shang residence. Lord Shang, you've finally awoken. I have always deeply admired your noble spirit. To survive such disaster must be heaven's protection over a man of righteousness. It's said the assassin shouted to punish the unrighteous and righteousness when striking. Utterly absurd. There must be another mastermind behind your assassination. I will personally see that they are found and punished severely. Yuan Bo, step back. I wish to speak with Yongqing Marquis alone. But... Yes, master. Does Lord Shang have words for me? Please release those 3 men, Marquis. Lord Shang, why say this? Do you know what price it would cost to let them go? Marquis should know why this happened. Those 3 had no mastermind behind them. Shanshin, I respect your talent, which is why I've shown you goodwill repeatedly. I don't wish to see you sink with Xianyang's faction. Why must you insist? Marquis, as a grandmaster, you once said I would be used for the nation. How could you go back on your word? Very well, I won't intrude further. Draft your memorial to the king well, Lord Shang. Master, you must lie down and rest. Fetch a brush first. Yuan Bo, deliver this immediately to Lord Kai. Ask him to submit it to the king tomorrow. Master, let me help you back to your room first. I can walk myself. Hurry, send the bamboos slip. Yes. I faintly recall Lord Xianyang left one final message before departing. If he does not return for long, then living on, that is the greatest loyalty to him. Yet, alas, the sun sets, the road dwindles. Madam, are you blaming me for not taking good care of Lear? Shakes head. Yes, Lear has always been so sensible. My greatest pride is having such a daughter. By her side are steward Wei, Louis, and a young hero named Qing. At Loi Academy, she will surely remain safe. Even without me, she'll manage just fine. A life of regret, and of no regret. What comes next, I leave to those after me. Heaven's way brings renewal. Achoo! Only one night of clear skies, and now snow again. Shangli, look at this. How's my work? Just not enough snow. Why does it look a little like father? I clearly made it to look like you. See? Isn't it more like him now? It is. I really have no artistic talent at all. I'm starting to miss father. Should we visit him in early spring? I'll go with you. At year's end, Prime Minister Shangshin was assassinated before Zhangtai Palace in Qing's capital. He succumbed that very night. Rumor had it, before death, he wrote a memorial, submitted by Imperial Censor Kaizhua, pleading for clemency for the 3 assassins. His words were earnest and reasoning clear. Yongqing Marquis Miao Hao also memorialized, agreeing to spare the 3 doctors from death. He praised Shangshin's dedication to Qing, calling him a great talent, and requested a state funeral and posthumous title for him. The king of Qing granted both. Miao residence. Patriarch, I truly don't understand. Since Shangshin chose death rather than obey you, why fight for him to gain title and honors? If Meng Shangji returns to inherit the title, she'll be our rival, not ally. Now the king has decreed the 3 assassins be tattooed and enslaved. No further questioning. That means we've lost our chance to use them to strike at Xianyang's faction. Shangshin was a man I deeply respected, since he chose to give his life to protect Xianyang's faction. Such honors are fitting, however. When did I say I would stop pruning Xianyang's wings? Patriarch, could it be? Shangshin, no matter when, heroes are always easy to deceive. Shang residence. Who are you people? We are followers of Lord Xianyang. Shangshin was faithless and unrighteous, steeped in sin. You are all his accomplices, thus must be executed to the last. The next day, news broke. House Shang had been annihilated. The assassins brazenly left words at the scene: slay traitors and punish unrighteousness in righteousness. The incident shocked the city and enraged the king. he immediately decreed the Grand Commandant and Yongqing Marquis Miao Hao to investigate and find the culprits at all costs. There exists righteous qi between heaven and earth, coursing through all things. Below, it forms rivers and mountains. Above, sun and stars. In mankind, it becomes vast and mighty, filling the azure void. When the imperial way is pure and bright, harmony pervades the court. I'm leaving now, don't be sad. If you miss me, think of a posthumous title for me. Sixth layer, the sixth layer, haha, I've reached the sixth layer. Brother Wei, even if you've broken through the bottleneck and leapt to Earth's seal's sixth layer, you don't have to be this happy, right? Let me tell you a secret, don't spread it around. I promised Louis that once I became a scholar, I'd marry her. Oh, so your relationship with Sister Louis is really moving along nicely. But hey, if the feelings are true, why must you wait till you're a scholar to marry? Back in my hometown, this kind of flag-planting behavior is very inauspicious. Why does your hometown have so many strange customs? Enough with the nonsense, let's go drink. Look at how happy you are. Fine, we drink till we drop. Qing, finally caught up to you. Big trouble. Yuan Bo? How could he be this injured? Wei Dan, what on earth happened? Yuan Bo has multiple wounds across his body, but they were treated carefully. He's only unconscious due to severe blood loss. His life isn't in danger. Yuan Bo is a member of the Shang household. Many thanks, young Master Wei Dan, for taking care of him. I didn't do much, just escorted this old man up the mountain. The real savior was someone else. Someone else? While I was guiding the new conscripts in visualization, a shady-looking fellow drove up in a carriage. He asked if anyone knew Shanli or Qing. Of course I said both are my brothers. But this guy wouldn't say his name, didn't even show his face, very suspicious, so I called my boys to rough him up. Never thought the guy actually had some real skill. He beat us down, then told me to deliver the old man to you. Huh, if I see that bastard again, he's dead. Just what did Yuan Bo go through? If he's so gravely injured, could old Master Shang also have met misfortune? Young Miss Li. Yuan Bo, I'm here. Why are you so badly wounded? What exactly happened? How is my father? Young Miss Li. This old servant has no face left to meet you. That stern, rigid Yuan Bo wept for a long time. Shang Li only listened quietly, not pressing him to speak of what had happened. Perhaps she too realized, behind Yuan Bo's choking sobs lay the reason she already feared. At last, from Yuan Bo's broken words, we learned what had transpired in Xianyang. That afternoon, envoys from Xianyang arrived. They announced that after old Master Shang's death, he was posthumously enfeoffed as Marquis of Shangyu, and a state funeral would be held. They requested Shanli return to Qing. According to Yuan Bo, in Xianyang, Yongqing Marquis's power was already beyond restraint. If Shanli returned now, she'd surely lose her freedom entirely. Thus, Dr. Lu Ju declined the envoy's request, saying Shanli was in the midst of a critical breakthrough. If interrupted, her blood would reverse, her meridians shatter. This process would take a long time, certainly not before the funeral. The Qin envoys could only return to report to the king, abandoning the plan of bringing Shanli back. From that day, everything changed. Old Master Shang's death, the extermination of the Shang clan, absurd to even say aloud. Yet the facts lay bare before us. With the Academy's permission, we built old Master Shang's cenotaph on the mountain. Father, Lear can see clearly, it was Yongqing Marquis who forced you step by step into death. That story of the Shang clan being slaughtered by Qin Yin's faction, nothing more than him using your death as a tool for power. So please rest easy, Lear will not do anything foolish. It was the first time I saw Shanli with such an expression. Brother Wei and Sister Lui grew up in the Shang household. To them, old Master Shang was practically a second father. And though my time with him was short, to me too, he was a man worthy of respect. Yongqing Marquis, the Miao clan, once again, they've hurt someone dear to me. It's late, you all should return to the academy and rest, especially you, Yuan Bo, your wounds are not yet healed, you must rest. But young miss, I only want some quiet. To talk properly with father, don't worry about me. This is my order, go rest now. Yes. I thought I was showing proper authority as mistress. But then again, you are Lord Ji. Shangli, just call me De Huang. Some words shouldn't be bottled inside, it'll feel better to say them aloud. How could I possibly just stand by and watch? If I hadn't stayed, would you already have snuck off to Xianyang alone? So I couldn't hide it from you, whether by disguise or false name. As a daughter, I must go to Xianyang to see Father one last time. Father always taught me, righteousness lives forever under heaven, to achieve by benevolence, to nourish with righteousness, then one's life can be as weighty as Mount Tai, taking the chancellorship to balance Yongqing Marquis, presiding over executions to save Uncle Mo. That's what Father said, and what Father did. Father also said, if the day comes I must die for righteousness, I'll regret nothing. If it comes, don't be sad, don't shed tears, see me off with a smile. I want so much to smile now, but no matter what I can't. Then cry, Shanli, cry. You've been forcing yourself to stay calm, not wanting others to worry, trying to uphold the Shang family's dignity, but cry, just cry. If you want to go to Xianyang, then I'll go with you, no matter where, no matter the danger, I'll be there. I promised Father I'd see him off with a smile, so I'll cry just for a little while. Extreme North. Luoyi Academy, Weiji Hall. Why this sudden unease, as if fate whispers, a great change is coming. Luoyi Outer Palace. So this is your final struggle? Xianyang, Yongqing Marquis' mansion. Xianyang, I must leave for some time, the state funeral of Shangxin. I leave it to you to oversee, do not slack. Yes. Thank goodness, the box is still intact. Yuan Bo, what exactly is inside this mechanical wooden casket? This is Steward Wei. Have you seen De Huang? Louis, the sun hasn't even risen yet, what's the urgent matter with De Huang? Young Miss is gone, last night, it was De Huang who stayed behind to accompany her. Could it be young Miss has gone to Xianyang? Bai Qi, quickly go and bring her back. I'll head down the mountain at once. Why did you stop me yesterday? Lear should not return to Qing. Compared to me, you truly are a teacher who spares no effort for his students, but at times you ignore what they really want. I understand Lear's feelings, I too couldn't bear her not seeing her father one last time, but still. You must learn to trust your students. Loosen that hand of overprotection. Those two little ones have been through so much, studied under you and me for so long, they've already grown enough to fly on their own. A few days later. They're interrogating so strictly up ahead, not just checking household records and matching faces, but also asking about the purpose of travel. Guard distribution analysis complete. Faley suggests we seize the high ground to the southeast and use mechanical crossbows to level the place. There's a 60% chance of breaking through. Faley, can you not simulate a battle plan every single time we pass a checkpoint? Ji Qing, how do you and young Miss Shang plan to get through? Why don't I borrow a friend's goods cart and hide you two inside to sneak across? Thanks for the thought, but the checkpoint is tightly guarded. You already risked enough by taking us through the Wei clan's trade shortcut. We can't ask more of you. Shangli and I don't need to sneak around. We've long since prepared forged household documents. Passing off the false as real, Faley truly lives up to being a puppet crafted by the Grand Artificer himself. Impressive. Even though the chance of running into Miao Yu and the others is slim, it's not zero, so Shangli, Faley, and I all need to be properly disguised. And with Shangli's current state, there's no way she can play any role that requires smiling and social pleasantries. Li County. Once inside Qing territory, heading west, we heard that old Master Shang will be buried at the foot of Mount Li near Li County, beside the tombs of generations of Qing kings. An honor indeed. To build the tomb, the king has conscripted massive labor forces and summoned artificers skilled in construction, so, to secretly pay respects, Shangli and I must disguise ourselves as artificers. Humph, what's that sound? This is... Faley's disguise was simple enough, just put her in some heavy-looking armor, and she looked nearly identical to those labor puppets from the Mahist workshops. Brother, we've arrived. I'll play the part of the bold and boisterous older brother, and Shanli will play the quiet, introverted younger brother. Leave the socializing to me. What a handsome artificer, but why does his older brother look so fierce? That puppet looks built for hauling bricks. Another one from the Yongqing Mahast, but why no letter of recommendation? To tell the truth, when I was in Yongqing, I had met Lord Shangshin several times. I deeply admired his loyalty and righteousness, even without the Mahast's orders, even as a mere laborer. I wanted to help build his tomb and send him on his final journey. Isn't that so, little brother? Wait, your younger brother is an artificer too? He doesn't look the part. Is he joining you in the tomb construction? What does your brother mean by this? My little brother isn't good with words, so rather than speaking, it's simpler for him to prove himself with action. Whoa, what immense strength! That's the force of several fine steeds. Well? My younger brother will have no problem helping at the site, right? No doubt, our Qing sons may look ordinary, but they carry power to move mountains. The Chancellor's tomb is being built at the foot of the mountain. They're short on hands. Bring your papers and get there at once. Thanks for the reminder. Xianyang, Zhanghai Palace. The Grand Commandant has been personally investigating the Shang clan massacre, so he hasn't attended court these days. I beg your Majesty's pardon. King Qi Ningzheng. No matter, Yongqing Marquis is expending great effort to uncover the truth. Nothing wrong with that. The state funeral should have been presided over by him. But now that he entrusted it to you, how are things progressing? Reporting to your Majesty, the labor conscripts for Lord Shangshin's tomb have already been gathered. But if we are to finish before the funeral date, it's still insufficient. I request an additional 3,000 slaves to hasten progress. The funeral date is set a little too soon, isn't it? Recently, quite a few political rivals of the Miao clan were demoted to slaves. Could this perhaps be a way to make them suffer further? So be it. A loyal minister's tomb should bear no flaws, do as you say, but the funeral must not be delayed. Yes, Your Majesty. Mountly. With our prepared cover story, Shanli and I slipped into the work site as artificers. Although artificers weren't required to labor, they only designed the tomb's layout and oversaw progress. Shanli still hauled boulders herself. Perhaps it was her way of venting grief. Fei Li worried about Shanli. Maybe for her, only this way could she show the last bit of filial piety to her father. By night, we also slipped deep into the tomb. Tomb murals usually depict the life of the deceased. And here it showed old Master Shang arm in arm with Yongqing Marquis, utterly absurd. On the funeral day, father's coffin will be placed in this chamber. De Huang, when that time comes, I want to stay here, to see father one last time. I'll stay with you. If we don't get out in time, we might end up buried alive. If it comes to that, we'll just tunnel out like tomb raiders. For some reason, Fei Li suddenly felt Shang Li's expression looked exactly like that of the second master. Yongqing. Have you heard? Lord Shangshin, born here in our Yongqing, was harmed by traitors. The king, remembering his merits, has decreed a state funeral for him at Mountly. Really? That truly brings glory to our Yongqing. But I also heard the entire Shang family was wiped out. Ha, keep your voice down. They say it was done by those who follow Qing. In this world, it's hard for good men to survive. With a state funeral, the king himself will surely appear. Yes, as long as we face the king directly and tell him of the injustice we've suffered, we can overturn Yongqing Marquis. With your body still gravely wounded, you'll only ruin things. Even if we fail, then we'll die before the king. Don't act recklessly, or you'll trample all over Lord Shang's intentions. Stick to the plan and leave Qing's territory. Us? Moming, you mean? Of course I must sneak into Mountly, see Lord Shang off one last time, and confirm one thing. Who's there? I am one Xianyang. I've long admired the name of Vice Headmaster Moming of Xianyang Academy. Today I've come under orders of my teacher, Ji Wei, to pay my respects. Ji Wei, a student of the Vice Headmaster of Lui Academy? As construction progressed, ceremonial golden men, meant for the funeral procession, were transported to the site. These are the ceremonial golden men. They're even bigger than Ige soldier puppets. If we could use them for construction, the tomb would be finished much sooner, no? Golden men are ritual vessels. How could they be treated like common laborer puppets? What a waste. Almost noon. Go call your little brother to eat. Qing Ji, does your brother Qin Li have a family? I've got a cousin, just 16, a real beauty. So that's why you came talking to me, eyeing my brother, don't even think about it. Li, food's ready, come eat. Slaves daring to strike, do you seek death? Who are these people, why are they on strike? You must be from Yongqing, so you don't know, these people were once high officials in Xianyang, but were condemned to slavery for their crimes. Even as slaves, they still think themselves scholars and refuse discipline. Beat them enough times and they'll learn. Don't bother with them, let's go eat. I wonder what really drove these men to such a fall. If you refuse discipline, then I'll fulfill the law. A scholar can be killed, but not humiliated. To make us build a tomb for that treacherous Shangxin, better to kill us now. Humph? Overseer, allow me a few words with these slaves. If they still refuse after hearing me, then do as you will. Fine, let's see what you can say to them. Why insult Shangxin? Our loyalty to Lord Qin is as clear as heaven and earth. You dogs of Yongqing Marquis, don't waste your breath. Shut up, you dare speak of loyalty? Loyalty is priceless, but at this moment, your so-called loyalty is meaningless. Charging to die without timing or measure is just fools dressing up their own incompetence. To be slaves and yet seek death seems grand, but do you ever think of the consequences of that death? Huh, your brother can really talk, huh? Shang Li looks furious, but Fei Li thinks she wants to cry. Yuanhua also said, it was Yongqing Marquis who goaded Qin Yin's followers and used their hands to kill Lord Shang, and yet, as his daughter, Shang Li still tries to save these people who don't even know the truth. Just how much pain is she swallowing right now? Such loyalty only brings guilt by association, dragging others down, no benefit to the nation, no benefit to yourselves, reputation ruined, others implicated, it's absurd. Before leaving, Grandmaster Qin told us to preserve our lives. Could it be that holding so stubbornly to loyalty is wrong after all? Li, that's enough. If these men truly hold loyalty in their hearts, they'll understand. We are ashamed. After Shang Li's stern words, the slaves finally began to reflect on their so-called loyalty, and chose not to strike again. The tomb construction continued smoothly, without further incident, and was completed on schedule. On the day of the state funeral, at the foot of Mount Li came a grand procession unseen for many years. The king of Qin, leading all the officials, attended the ceremony to mourn Shangxin. Censor-in-Chief Kai Zhua of Qin. Shangxin's death is shrouded in doubt, yet the funeral is entirely under Miao Xian's charge, making investigation difficult. Lord Shang, I, the king, promise you, great Qin's fate shall flourish eternal, never failing your loyalty. May your spirit remain forever, sharing in Qin's blood rights for all generations. Great Qin's fate shall flourish eternal. Tomb passage. Who, almost suffocated, at least with higher cultivation, I can hold my breath longer. Fei Li's calculations were correct. The hidden chamber behind the wall could just fit Fei Li, De Huang, and Shang Li, only the ceremony dragged longer than expected. Fei Li senses a trace of living qi and blood inside the main burial chamber. A living person? Father, could it be Father is still alive? Let's hurry. Father! You are Uncle Mo? Little Lear? So that's it, Uncle Mo, you use your old connections to hide among the burial puppets and sneak in. This journey was far too dangerous, and with Uncle Mo already badly wounded, Leah thanks you in her late father's stead. Lord Shang and I were old friends. No matter what, I had to see him off one last time. I just didn't expect you would come too, Little Lear. With Qin in its current state, you really shouldn't have returned. Even with the risk, I had to see Father one last time. Uncle Mo, don't worry, even if it costs my life, I will protect Shang Li. Fei Li will protect Shang Li too. Fei Li knows 100 ways to dismantle the Moyard's puppets, and can prepare puppet shields for her. Lord Shang, your daughter truly has people she can rely on. Let's send Lord Shang off together. Father, forgive Lyre's unfilial ways, for coming to see you like this. Lyre will never forget your teachings. Father, Lyre did not break our promise. Lyre is smiling as she sees you off. This is a little carving I made in my own likeness. With it by your side, it's as if Lyre herself is with you. Shangli, what's wrong? Father was at Earth's Seal's 6th layer. At that level, even in death, his qi and blood should have lingered for months. But now, his body has none, it's like dry wood. So Lord Shang's death truly has something strange to it. Lyre, check his meridians around the chest again with your qi and blood. Father, forgive Lyre once more for being unfilial, but I must examine your body, to uncover your true cause of death. Are the meridians twisted and narrow, almost blocking the flow of qi and blood? Uncle Mo, how do you know that? Did Lord Shang meet Yongqing Marquis before he died? Yuan was said, after Father was attacked, Yongqing Marquis was the first to visit him. As I thought, those 3 doctors who attacked weren't true killers. Even with a joint ambush, they could injure Lord Shang, but not kill him. The one who truly killed him was Yongqing Marquis during that visit. This twisting of the meridians, persisting even after death, it's the signature of the Miao clan's royal grade technique, Black Emperor Serpent Scale Cannon. Father's wound already endangered his heart. Once the Marquis twisted his meridians, his qi and blood were blocked, death inevitable. But on the surface, it looked like simple untreated wounds. What a ruthless trick! Yongqing Marquis really has good tricks, using Father's death, and the slaughter of my entire household, to purge all of Qin Yin's followers. In the past, Wu Zishu dug up graves and whipped corpses to avenge his family. Too late. If revenge only comes after the enemy is dead, what's the point? Even if he's a grandmaster, I will. Don't let anger consume your heart, otherwise I know many people will grieve. Lord Shang's vengeance, we'll repay it together, that's my promise. Fei Li promises too, damn the Miao clan. So you're not alone. In silence, Shangli made her final farewell. Little Lyre, after we leave the tomb, I'll find a way to see the king and reveal the truth of Lord Shang's death to the world. Yongqing Marquis must not be allowed to keep using it to crush Qin Yin's faction. Uncle Mo, I'll go with you, to convince the king. My identity as Shangxin's daughter is indispensable. Meeting the king won't be simple, though I'm only at the Earth Seal realm. I have one method that can injure even a heaven's sealed. Let me clear the path. Don't worry about me, though gravely wounded. A righteous man helped me earlier, gifting me rare medicine. For now, I can still exert heaven's sealed strength. At times like this, it should be us of the older generation who charge ahead. Meanwhile, the rites are over. Your Majesty should return to Xianyang now. With the sky darkening, tonight you'll have to stay in Li County. My heart is heavy. I wish to mourn Marquis Shang a while longer. What's happening ahead? Your Majesty, someone is attacking Marquis Shang's tomb. They raise a banner reading "Punish the unrighteous." I fear. Fear they are the same culprits who struck the Shang household days ago. Dissatisfied that traitor Shangxin was given a state funeral, they mean to destroy the tomb in rage. Miao Xian, what do you mean by this? Instead of capturing the criminals, you slander loyal ministers before the king. Lord Miao Xian merely warns His Majesty. Some officials cling to Qin Yin's old laws, unwilling to move forward, easy to stray down wrong paths. Lord Wang, your outrage, could it be you recognize those criminals? You. Enough. Bickering here, would you let the tomb of a loyal minister be destroyed? Miao Xian, immediately deploy the black armored guard to seize the culprits and protect Marquis Shang's tomb. Yes. Your Majesty, the culprits even wield puppets. If battle begins, this place may be swept up too. Please, return with the palace guards to Li County and await the outcome. Lord Miao Xian, you must capture the criminals alive, so we can interrogate them and uncover the truth. Shangxin's death, truly a fine opportunity. Lord Miao Xian, after Moming's fall, Shangxin appointed one Zhang Gu as Minister of Justice. This man fears neither soft nor hard tactics, only the law. if we really capture these criminals, we may not get the answers we want. So the criminals will fail and die on the spot, and the puppets they leave behind will reveal nothing on the surface. But if they follow the trail I planted, they'll trace those puppets back to Xianyang's faction. If that Zhanggu really has the ability, he'll put on a perfect show for all to see. Run! Who are these people? Where did this band of madmen come from, hacking at everyone? For our loyalty. Destroy the tomb. What's happening? An earthquake. Detecting puppet core reactions, it's Qing's Igai soldier puppets. Shang betrayed Lord Xianyang. We must destroy his tomb and whip his corpse to eradicate unrighteousness. Drag Shang out of the coffin and flog him. Stop, I am Ming Qi, a doctor demoted to slavery for attempting to assassinate Shang. If you are here to punish unrighteousness and destroy the traitor's tomb, then why attack these innocent laborers? It must be some like-minded fellows, unwilling to let Shang the traitor enjoy a state burial. But this is far too cruel. Even if it was done by our comrades, they are wrong. There is no justification in this world for slaughtering innocents. Our martial arts have been abolished. We're only somewhat stronger than ordinary men, but we must stop them, otherwise this will only stain Lord Xianyang's name. For Lord Xianyang, for the righteousness we believe in, today let us die here. Exactly so. On the road to the Yellow Springs, we won't be lonely. Moming? How is it him? Vice Headmaster Moming. The Vice Headmaster isn't dead, but how could he appear inside Shangxin's tomb? Puppet core damaged, level E3, requires restart. My strike alone truly cannot destroy this puppet. I must stop it from restarting. This qi and blood is... Miao Xian? Shangxin was buried with state honors, yet you, as a Qing official, come to protect these villains defiling his tomb. What's your true intent? Aren't you afraid I'll report this to the king and have you punished? Moming, enough with your nonsense. Who said I was protecting these villains? I was ordered to lead the Miao clan's Black Armor army to suppress the chaos. But the road is long, the march quite exhausting, so the Black Armor army won't arrive here for some time. I, as heaven sealed, rushed ahead on the wind, intending to seize control of the situation first. Who would have thought I'd stumble upon Moming, supposedly executed? For the sake of apprehending criminals, I couldn't spare myself to protect Shangxin's tomb. Helpless, yes, but if Shangxin were alive, he'd surely agree with my decision. Shameless wretch, shut your mouth, stop insulting Lord Shang. Moming, in the past as Vice Headmaster you were on the verge of reaching the realm of gods and demons, but after prison and punishment, your bones were broken. Even if healed, your former strength is gone. You know this well, yet still dare to challenge me? No more obstacles remain. Continue, destroy the tomb. Get out of here. Moming actually brought others with him. But judging by his qi and blood, though strong, it hasn't reached Earth's seal upper third. Absolutely no match for an Igai puppet. Another Igai puppet, seems I'm fated to meet these things. Took one apart out beyond the frontier before, and now. Detected Igai puppet core response, strength far above normal. De Huang, be careful. De Huang? Compared to the one outside the frontier, aged, broken, and unmanned, this one is far stronger. These black-clad men are strong, but none of them have reached heaven sealed. As long as I guard the tomb entrance, relying on terrain, they can't break in, but... If I can't stop that Igai puppet, then Father's tomb absolutely cannot be defended. With the Huang's current strength, he cannot match an Igai puppet. Detected puppet core reaction from the ceremonial Golden Giant. Suggestion: activate the Golden Giant to counter the Igai puppet. Fei Li thinks the same? But even if it's just a ceremonial construct, it still requires a Tiger Tally to activate. Fei Li has recorded the Qing Mahast's puppet core crafting techniques. Fei Li can substitute for the Tiger Tally, but needs Shan Li to deliver Fei Li to De Huang. Then I'll leave it to you, Fei Li. Fei Li, transform into an arrow. Tearing apart one's own puppet body, self-destruction? Moreover, fighting us elites, you've already consumed much of your qi and blood. Now, can you still stop the puppet from destroying the tomb? You claim to be Xianyang's followers, yet from your actions, it seems you follow Miao Xian's orders instead? Whatever you say is meaningless. Today, we will destroy the traitor Shangxin's coffin and corpse. Don't even think about it. Careful, they actually activated the golden giant. What punishing unrighteousness in the name of righteousness? All I see is you slaughtering innocents. And you want to desecrate the coffin and corpse right before my eyes? As long as I'm here, don't even dream of it. Though the ceremonial golden giant has a combat mode, it currently lacks battle equipment. De Huang must beware of overstraining it, or else it may collapse. Understood. As long as it can move, I'll smash their whole clan. It's only a ceremonial golden giant, at its core still just a regular puppet. Finish it quickly. De Huang, aim at the damaged spot on the left side of the Ige puppet's face. This spot? Looks like the driver inside that golden giant can't handle it. We've won. What? This model of Ige puppet has its power conversion mechanism located in the head. On the battlefield, ordinary soldiers can hardly strike it, but in puppet versus puppet combat it's a glaring target. Once destroyed, the puppet is paralyzed. The old master once noted this flaw, but never bothered to fix it. After all, how much pay? How much work? The Grand Artificer did it right. No full pay. Number 996. Now's the time. Strike while it's weak. Fall for me. Detected Ige puppet not fully incapacitated. Fei Li advises De Huang to pursue. Fei Li, the proper academic term for that action is finishing blow. Fei Li understands finishing blow has been added to vocabulary database. The big problem is solved. Now, once we clear the small fry, Lord Shang's tomb will be safe. Where's Shang Li? Crazy. Who's piloting that golden giant? Who handles a puppet like that? Suddenly thought of something. Even ceremonial golden giants require a tiger tally to start. Then how did those black-clad men activate the Ige puppet? This is the Qing Dragon Armor Army, Uncle Xianyang's personal guard. By order of the king, we seize the criminals and protect Marquis Shang's tomb. The ones arriving are the Miao clan's Black Armor Army. Kill. Attack. Villains, surrender at once. Lord Xianyang, we have shamed you. We failed to destroy the traitor's tomb. A man dies for his confidant. Lord Xianyang, we go before you. They all suddenly slit their own throats? How bizarre. De Huang, Fei Li, let me in. The ones arriving are Black Armor Army, the forces of the Yongqing Marquis. And the destroyed puppet belonged to Uncle Xianyang's Dragon Armor Army, which had long been deployed to defend against foreign tribes beyond the frontier. A frame-up? Those black-clad men must be Miao clan's death soldiers, disguised as Dragon Armor Army. Their goal, destroy father's tomb, then kill themselves to silence the truth. That way, the Qing king's fury gives the Yongqing Marquis an excuse to extend his grip into the army. Destroy this Ige puppet. No, unless it's reduced to ash, it can always be traced back to its source. We can't let the Yongqing Marquis succeed. De Huang, we must charge out. The funeral rites only just ended. The king's entourage should still be in the district. Only by exposing the Marquis' plot before the king and all the officials can we stop him. Only I, as Shang clan's surviving daughter, declaring my father's death was tied to the Marquis, will convince them. But this will expose my identity, and we may not escape Qing afterwards. Then let's go, we agreed. Wherever you go, I go. Detected Master's Qi and blood infusion. Fei Li recalculating. Recalculation complete. Reinforcing leg power. Golden giant's speed tripled. Out of my way. From afar I glimpsed. It seemed to be Shangxin's daughter, Shang Li, and the golden giant is heading toward Li district? I must not let her meet the king, but Moming, that lunatic, fights me as if to die together. I still have a great future. How could I die with this condemned prisoner? Little Leah wants to. Very well, Miao Xian. I am already a man who has died once. Blessed with Lord Shang's grace, I live yet. If I can clear Lord Shang's name, even death is nothing. But you, seems you cherish life far more. Moming. Blessed with Lord Shang's grace, I live yet. So it was Lord Shang who saved Vice Headmaster Mo. Lord Shang never betrayed Lord Xianyang at all. Then doesn't that mean we? Damn it, how foolish we've been. Fei Li has mapped the optimal route to Li District, estimated arrival in half a quarter hour. Fei Li, your navigation is great. Qing Tech really is #1 under heaven. Navigation? Should Fei Li add that to vocabulary? We're about to meet the king. Yes, we must reveal the Miao clan's true face to all. How should one avenge father and mother? Endure not, sleep uneasy, share not the world with him. If met in the marketplace, fight without turning back. That I understand, Confucius said. A father's killer cannot live under the same sky. If one day someone killed father, I'd make them pay in blood. Good, vengeance must be taken, courage unmatched, that is Qing's way. But father always said, compared to avenging parents, something else is more important. When father lives, observe his will. When father dies, observe his deeds. If one day I am gone, whatever you choose to do. Your Majesty, this golden giant approaches strangely, please retreat from the wall at once. Bodyguards forward, halt the giant's advance. No need, I know her. As a child, Uncle Xianyang often brought her to the palace, to accompany me in my first lessons. Whatever I choose to do, I must be true to my heart, that's what father once told me. Your Majesty, previously when the envoy went to Louis, we were told that the legitimate daughter of Marquis Shangyu, Shangli, was in seclusion attempting a breakthrough and could not leave without risking her life, thus she did not attend the state funeral, yet now she appears here, unlawfully driving a golden giant, heading straight for your Majesty. This is highly suspicious. I beg your Majesty to be cautious. What do you mean by this? Are you implying that Meng Shangji intends to harm His Majesty? As loyal ministers, everything we do is for His Majesty. The daughter of Marquis Shangyu has offended His Majesty. She should be punished. Meng Shangji, as the daughter of a loyal minister, must surely have an unspeakable reason for seeking an audience with His Majesty in this way. Silence. Meng Shangji, you risked your life to stand before us. Do you have an urgent matter to present? Your Majesty, today Li has come only to commit one act that defies the world's greatest taboo. Could it be that Meng Shangji intends? What does Meng Shangji mean by defying the world's greatest taboo? A grandmaster guards the nation, for the state, he is like the firmament itself. I beg your Majesty to uphold justice. Today, I accuse Qing's heaven itself, Yongqing Marquis Miao Hao. Didn't Shangxin defect to Yongqing Marquis? Why would his daughter accuse him? Has Shangxin's daughter gone mad? They must be chased down to Li District. Indeed, one must pay for one's own crimes. We cannot stop, or we will be too late. Moming, your lifeblood is already waning, you cannot stop me. This has taken far too much time. But killing him will take even more effort. I cannot delay further, I must stop Meng Shangji. I must buy little ear some time. My blood is in chaos. I can no longer walk upon the air. I fear I won't make it in time. After this battle, even if you rest for years, at best you'll recover to the 3rd stage of Heavenly Seal. You will never again touch the realm of gods and demons. Who's there? To forsake your own future, just to return and uncover the truth, to uphold a dead friend's honor, is this what they call righteous loyalty? Very well. What a bold defiance of the world's greatest taboo, Meng Shangji. Do you even realize the cost of impeaching a grandmaster? Since I've come this far, how could Li not be prepared? When a noble accuses a grandmaster, regardless of right or wrong, the first punishment is the shaving of the head. The punishment is complete. Here, I accuse Yongqing Marquis of fabricating false charges, framing Vice Headmaster Moming of Xianyang Academy and many scholars, abusing his power for personal gain, and destroying the talents of great Qing. The daughter of Shangxin humiliates herself to accuse a grandmaster, all just to overturn Moming's case? I accept your accusation. Detecting blood rage, De Huang is furious. Why? I only loathe my own helplessness. Shanli says this is the safest way without bloodshed, but still. In addition, I also accuse the Yongqing Marquis. Enough, Meng Shangji, since you insist on accusing a grandmaster, then you must return with us to Xianyang, wait for the grandmaster's return and undergo a trial at the court of justice. Come with me. Never. Miao Xian, release little ear. Moming? Impossible. Uncle Moming. Why are you standing there? Loose the arrows. Moming is a condemned criminal sentenced to death. Kill him at once. Have you forgotten His Majesty has already accepted Meng Shangji's accusation? Whether Moming is guilty must be retried. The fact that he yet lives proves the previous judgment was flawed. At this moment, he is no longer a criminal. Little Lear, continue speaking. Yes. Meng Shangji, think carefully. You have already taken the head-shaving punishment. If you wish to continue accusing a grandmaster, you must endure another punishment. Since His Majesty has accepted Meng Shangji's charge, let us return to Xianyang at once, summon the Yongqing Marquis, and let him and Meng Shangji face trial together. Such nonsense. In that case, I shall accuse Miao Hao myself. Ji Jun, no, you hold no noble rank. Let us do it. Your Majesty, we three are willing to suffer punishment and accuse the Yongqing Marquis. Meng Qi, Liang Kun, Wan Yao, those three officials, how are they here as well? You three have already been stripped of titles. You are no longer nobles. As slaves, how can you accuse a grandmaster? Though we are slaves, we are not condemned prisoners. According to Qing law, to accuse a grandmaster we must accept the death penalty. Daughter of Shangxin, at this point, an apology would not suffice. Let us instead offer our thanks, thank you, for showing us the true meaning of loyalty and righteousness. We accept our punishment, and then beg you to compose the plea for us, to accuse the Yongqing Marquis. Wait. Your Majesty, discern clearly. Lord Shangxin, we have failed you. When we reach the Yellow Springs, we will atone. To go this far, but before all these witnesses, I cannot stop them. This is trouble, real trouble. Snow is falling. Could it be that even heaven finds this unjust? Today, on behalf of three righteous men, Shangli accuses Grandmaster Marquis Miao Hao of 3 crimes. First crime, he struck down the loyal, using his Grandmaster martial arts to worsen the wounds of my late father Shangxin, leading to his death. Second crime, under the false banner of Qing, he exterminated my family, destroyed my father's tomb, attempting to frame his rivals and trample the law. Third crime, as a Grandmaster, he neglected his duty to safeguard the nation, forming factions and indulging villains, bringing disaster unchecked. Loyal ministers died in vain, unable to serve the state. This villain honors no king above, no people below. Neither heaven nor law will suffer him, nor shall I. Today, I, Shangli, daughter of Shangxin, swear here, I will never share this world with such a traitor. Your Majesty, this matter is utterly absurd. The daughter of the Shang clan has barged in with condemned criminals at her side, attempting to accuse Great Qing's Grandmaster who guards the nation. No proof, only accusations. Surely she harbors ulterior motives. I beg your Majesty to see clearly. Vice Headmaster Mo spoke frankly. 3 righteous men sacrificed themselves for justice, and even Meng Shangji herself denounced him. With such conviction, can this still be false? I fear she has been driven mad by grief for her father, or else, being inexperienced, cannot tell loyalty from treachery. Your Majesty, be cautious, do not be swayed. The Yongqing Marquis is wantonly cruel, truly hateful. This is but one side of the story, not to be trusted. The massacre of the Shang family was nothing but the Yongqing Marquis attempting to frame others, throwing the court into turmoil. Your Majesty, discern the truth. Shangli has no evidence. All of this is baseless nonsense. Fei Li does not understand. Fei Li clearly detects the Qing king's heart pounding like a drum, his blood surging, as if enraged beyond reason. Yet why does the king's face remain so calm? Miao Hao schemed behind the king's back. As ruler, of course he is furious. But precisely because he is the king, what he cares about most right now is not the truth. If the king does not censure Miao Hao, then Shang Li's shorn hair, the sacrifice of Meng Qi and the others, will all have been in vain. Silence, Such reckless clamor! Do you wish to depose us and raise your armies to war? Your ministers are guilty. Your Majesty, calm your anger. First we lost a virtuous minister, then righteous men. It grieves us deeply. Surely there is some misunderstanding. Send word to Zhang, head of justice. This matter must be thoroughly investigated. As for the defilement of Marquis Shangyu's tomb, Miao Xian failed to protect it. That is a crime. He will hand over the Black Armor Army's tiger tally. When the Marquis Yongqing returns, we shall deliberate with him. Yes, Your Majesty. The situation is chaotic. We must not argue further. Only when Uncle returns can judgment be made. Those three officials, since they are dead, their crimes need not be pursued. Restore their reputations. As for Moming, there must be some hidden matter in your alleged corruption. We shall investigate and restore you as Vice Headmaster of Xianyang Academy. If you do not wish it, you may choose otherwise. Many thanks for Your Majesty's grace, yet this old minister's body is withered. I fear I cannot bear such weighty duty. The King of Qing seeks to use this to strike a bargain with the Marquis Yongqing, aiming to seize military power. If this is the King's stance, we must never let Shangli go to Xianyang, otherwise she'd be sheep in a tiger's den. Your Majesty, Meng Shangji is the orphan of Marquis Shangyu. It is not proper for her to remain at Lui Academy. They've come. Fei Li is already plotting an escape route. As long as the Huang does not fall, we should be able to break out of Qing before dawn. Better to let her study at Xianyang Academy. I will personally guide her, that she may live up to her father's glory. Impossible. I have heard Meng Shangji is on the verge of a breakthrough. Leaving Lui Academy already risked her life. She cannot linger here any longer. Meng Shangji, return to Lui for now, but beware the people around you. Do not be deceived by villains and wrongly suspect the grandmaster, causing such a farce again. We decree, the daughter of Marquis Shangyu, Li, though reckless, is yet loyal, righteous, courageous, and filial. She shall be granted 2 fine steeds and a carriage, escorted back to Lui Academy by Moming. No checkpoint may obstruct them. So it is, the child who once played with me, has become a true king of Qing. The road is long, Meng Shangji, take care. So, they didn't force Shangli into Xianyang, binding her forever under their control. Humph, what is this? Has the king of Qing's last shred of conscience not yet perished? Xianyang, what do you make of today's events? Though the Qing king decreed before all ministers to investigate thoroughly, in the end, it will likely come to nothing. Oh? Speak. The king rules with the grand stability of the state in mind. If he impeaches the Marquis Yongqing, Qing would be left with no grandmaster. Outside, the nation's strength would weaken, inviting invasion. Inside, without a leader, chaos would erupt. Thus the king seeks balance, to gradually stabilize Qing. Right and wrong do not matter. You speak true, yet it will not end in nothingness. The way of kings weighs the times and seizes the moment, but never swallows humiliation forever. The Marquis Yongqing's arrogance has already angered the king. He may rampage for now, but the king will not tolerate him forever. Only the time is not yet ripe. Weighing the times, so even knowing someone plots treachery, one must still endure? But Senior Shang, the outcome of taking faith as your spine, and righteousness as your flesh is this: in the past, you never knew the world's suffering, so you could speak boldly. Now, has your conviction begun to waver? From now on, what will you do? If you become like everyone else, then it would be far too boring. Even a grudge of 9 lifetimes may yet be repaid. I shall take care. Vice Headmaster M.O., are you truly all right? In your condition, you should rest a few days before continuing the journey. Fei Li's databank contains the secret manual of channels and machines. It can help dredge meridians and regulate blood. It matters not. Earlier, I received aid from a noble man, at least enough to last until Lui. Besides, if the Marquis Yongqing returns suddenly, none of us could escape, and I cannot bear to let little Lear stay here longer. Yes, she's been dazed since last night. With Miao Hao now unstoppable, Shangli may never be able to return to Xianyang again. Stop the carriage. Shangli, we are about to leave Qing. Why stop now? Father, your daughter is unfilial. Even after exhausting all my strength, I could not cleanse your injustice. But Liu will never give up. If only surpassing Miao Hao's strength can punish evil and exalt the just, then Liu will become that supreme grandmaster. One day, I will return and clear your name. I do not know when I shall return. I cannot worship at your tomb. Father, forgive your daughter's final unfilial act. Qing, what are you doing? There was once a Buddhist monk named Xianyang, who journeyed west in search of true scriptures. The road to India was long and distant, the return uncertain. When he left China, he carried with him a handful of his homeland's soil, vowing to return with the scriptures to save all beings. I've never heard of this man, but his ambition is admirable. How long did it take him to return? That seems to have been 19 years? Even if it were 29, 39, or 49 years, I too shall become the supreme grandmaster, and return to strike down Miao Hao. Little Lear, with your keen talent, if you devote yourself to study, you will surely grow by leaps and bounds. You will become a grandmaster of eternal renown. Fei Li will help too. Fei Li can search the Academy's library, providing access to ancient texts for the master. Besides, who knows what the future holds? What if Grandmaster Qing himself returns? He would never let Miao Hao go. Perhaps before you even become a grandmaster, he will have avenged Lord Shang. Yes, if Uncle Qing returns, things might change. But even at this desperate hour, Uncle Qing has shown no sign. Will he truly return? Far to the north. Long ago, I knew Qing left the state in secret, seeking seclusion, striving to break through to the Supreme Grandmaster. Recently, through divination, I finally found his traces. I intended to seek him out, but the place most likely to be his seclusion was struck by stones from the sky. A meteor like a star, falling from the heavens, devastating 100 miles. Even a grandmaster, if locked in deathly seclusion at the critical moment of breakthrough, could not survive. Was it perhaps heaven's tribulation drawn by Qing? If so, then this world indeed cannot bear a supreme grandmaster. As a warrior, I hope this was not your retreat, and that you have become the first supreme grandmaster of this age, proof that the path endures. As the Marquis Yongqing, I hope you are dust and ashes, with no bones left behind. Then in Qing, none could stop me. Ha, so twisted are the thoughts of men. It seems. I hear. Qing. Who is Qing? Who am I?